All right, it is Sunday, January 15th. Trying to do a review of the week, what I did wrong, what I did right. Ended up exiting the week with $50 in profit. So every day was a losing trade until Friday, where I pretty much just covered the week losses on a short scalp. But want to go through, try to analyze the sessions that I traded, what I did wrong, what I did right. Starting off with Tuesday, we didn't trade Monday. And it was funny, as I was going back and studying this morning, I was going through month 5 of the charter membership and watched a video on why ICT doesn't trade the AM session after a big range day. And that's exactly what I did on Tuesday. So yeah, I learned the lesson the hard way, I guess. I went through and I did Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Just kind of charted it out. But just to start out, on Tuesday, we had equal lows. The AM session swept them, reversed to take London's high, did not take New York's high. Let me go in. Oh, hold on 1 second. I forgot my notepad. 1 sec. Sorry about that. Okay. So on Tuesday, that was the 10th, in about 40 minutes. Oh gosh, this quality is... There we go. So we're looking at about 8:05 a.m., which we're right in that little... We're in this candle here. Now I know why my fiance asks me what's wrong every time I sigh. I really sound depressed. So I already remembered what I was trying to do. I wanted to get below that low to fill in that hourly fair value gap. That was my requirement to enter a long on euro, and we never did. And I still, you'll see, I still entered. We didn't hit every requirement, but we did sweep the sell side. We didn't hit every requirement. Oh, I don't think this low / hourly fair value gap is a must. It should have been a must. I must have required that to go long. I don't think dollar's going to hold up here. I really do think we're going to be reversing here shortly. Now, I don't think I said this in the recording, but I was really focused on these lows. And in the back of my head, I was, it's making me nervous, but it's looking bullish. That was silly. If we haven't already begun to do so. So what am I waiting for? Something a little more clear on the 5 or 15 minute. This is the consistencies of my losing trades, is when I give myself a trading plan and I give myself requirements for a trade and then I don't follow those requirements. Technically still bearish in a way. Filling a fair value gap. Could continue a little bit lower. I just keep listing reasons why I shouldn't engage. Although I do think dollar has made the high of the session, so volume we get high. There it is. So I just listed 3 reasons to not enter the trade. The price is still bearish. It didn't meet every requirement that I set for the long idea, and I wanted to see something clear on the 5 or 15 minute. And I'm sitting here thinking that this is the break in market structure and it's going to run. So that was mistake number 1. So we'll put that 2 times playback. We'll mute it because we don't need to hear my size, my exhaustive size. I just want to take a look at price just a little bit closer. The other thing here too is, I think, let's see if we can find that on the 1 minute on the actual chart. Now a couple things too here. "15-minute breaker." Why did I write that out? Hold on 1 second. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah. So I wanted to study that, but I think what happened was that 15-minute breaker was actually utilized. Yeah. Yeah, it was utilized just to get below the sell stops. So it was a breaker, but okay. I was thinking maybe this high touched that order block, but it didn't get in there. So let's take a look and see. I fell right into the trap, and this is kind of a setup that I've been identifying, where we set up liquidity on the buy side, we run down, we create a trap, we knock out those who fell for the trap, which was me in this instance, and then we run aggressively for the buy side. And I think that candle right there, see how it closes. Yeah, I think that was the indication that I was off sides. Really what it was wasn't necessarily that candle, but this next candle or the one after that. I can't remember. Let's watch. That right there. That would have been, I should have collapsed the trade exactly at that moment. We can see the executions here. So that should have been the sign that I was completely offsides. It violated everything. Not to mention that I even mentioned beforehand, hey, there's so many things here that's telling me my idea isn't working, and I still go in. So that was mistake number 1. And then mistake number 2 happened. Well, this is when the news came out at 9. And 2 times playback speed isn't, I don't feel like it's 2 times. This is actually kind of funny. Listen to me. All right. Bring on the fireworks. Let's go. That hurts. That hurts. It did hurt. It definitely hurt. Okay. Buy program ran right there, and there was a beautiful entry that aligns with the 2022 mentorship, which is this fair value gap right there. That's gorgeous. Clean shift in market structure. I mean, clean. And this is gorgeous. What's nice is that it ran above this high and that high. But that's your, wait a second. What? That's not the icon? That's the light bulb moment. That was the entry. That was 10 minutes before the news release. And I decided to wait because for the proprietary firms, you can't trade 2 minutes before or 2 minutes after a high impact news release, but I don't think that news release was actually on the list. I don't know. I haven't looked at the list, but from trading FTMO, I know it wouldn't have been on the list. Another optimal trade entry in here. This is a nice entry. I think that's a 15-minute fair value gap, or 5-minute. It comes back into it and it launches off. Now I was expecting Monday's high to be taken, which it wasn't, and that frustrated me. minute 28. I didn't even have London's high marked out. That's London's high. And I didn't even have it marked out. It would have been first partial. So I would have escaped with some profit. Also, I gotta stop hitting my vape on the when I'm recording with the mic on because it's really annoying. I entered there. That was a good entry. But I had unrealistic expectations. And it wasn't even on the back of my mind that because Monday was such a massive day, that's Friday, that's Monday. Friday and Monday were massive. It wasn't even on my mind that we would have an inside day. I think I mentioned it at the beginning of the session, but I didn't even like seriously consider it. So if I just stuck with the idea of an inside day taking London's high, it could have easily scraped by with 35 points. But as I went through, let's see. I keep bouncing back and forth. We gotta run out London's high. Right there. That should have been take profit number 1. So I should have been out. That was 10 points. It's not terrible. And then it starts breaking down here. Soon. It starts breaking down. We get very close to the high, which is sitting there thinking that it's going to keep running. And maybe on better technical days and better conditions, it would have. The CPI it was a CPI week, so I wasn't expecting price to be held for CPI, which should have been on my mind. I think there would have been. Did I speak here? What happened here? I want to see what I was thinking this morning. Yeah, hitting my vape is really freaking annoying. I'm so sorry. The only thing that has me a little concerned is how we scrape that CB, that daily CB, and it's a busy, it's not a CB. I made it green for a reason. Oh well. Start reversing after taking the low. Might be tipping me off, but I still think euro is bullish. Okay, that that's part of my yeah, that's part of my, I guess, issue here. I think it's going to do this. I think it's going to do that. If the market shows me something, I need to listen to the market. I can't be, I'm trying to force a trade here. And it obviously doesn't, it ends up not working out. Yeah, so that was the mistake there. We obviously know what happens and keep trying to buy, thinking we're going to keep running higher. The only thing price did was return to the buy stops before ultimately making its way down back into the fair value gap. That would have been the long at the beginning. Oh, goodness, where's my, there you are. Next is Wednesday. Let's go through and just remind ourselves to, so 15-minute fair value gap here. Another 15-minute breaker of sorts that, you know, maybe it's not a breaker. It looks like a breaker to me, so that's part of the issue. But the other thing too is this higher time frame order flow was always north. It was always, the daily chart was always pointing upwards. The reluctance to get below the lows and into the hourly fair value gap greatly frustrated me. But okay, so that's I'm gonna, so I don't forget this time. And then we go into 5-minute. Some ways the breaker worked to keep price to bring us down to this order block, which I'm not sure I'll ever get to the point where I'd be able to see that and be like, that's a buy. Not with these, not with relative equal lows going on. Or shoot, is that equal? What's that? 256. That's equal on this broker feed. Anyway. I wanted a short here, And I think that was because of the breaker / order block. Wanted to short into that hourly fair value gap. And I shorted again, and I just kept getting destroyed over and over again. I was trying to force it. This was the day that I did not want to upload. I seriously considered keeping that and saying, oh, I took off today, but this isn't for anybody. This is for me. So for my own development, I'm not ashamed to review this here. Absolutely no news today, I don't think. Let me check. I didn't think there was news today. Yeah, just crude oil inventories at 10:30. Not really interested in that. Gonna see if we take that high. Is that good enough? We'll go a little higher. Oof, that would be a bad. I think that stop loss was my first mistake. If my idea was focusing on this order block / what I thought was a breaker, my stop loss should have been at the high of that candle, not the high of the swing. So even though I was wrong on my bias here, I don't think I was utilizing the ideas for protecting your positions. I think my stop was a little too high. And I think also the market started to show me that I was wrong and I ignored them. So let's see what I was thinking as price just marched towards my stop loss. I thought that was a little bit more. Yeah. I'm more worried about the take profit than I am of the trade that I just entered. I mean, first of all, look at this price action. That is chop. It's chop. No business whatsoever. And I see these little things that could be quote unquote breakers in my mind, which probably not, but market's not respected them. It's just, there's nothing in this price action that is consistent with the trade ideas that I'm trying to develop right now. And I'm worried about if my take profit, it's going to have enough profit or not. I mean, I was right to trade with a lower size than I would normally trade with, but I had no business in this trade. Probably wrong. The only reason why I took this, one, it's a demo trade, but two, it's just when I enter a trade, I'm a little more inclined to really pay attention to the market's movements. That is all cap. What was I? That is all cap. I get so bad when this loses too. What was I? All right, let's look at this. I think right here I was getting real excited. It's like, oh, maybe I'm right. That move right there, that should have been the end of it. I should have closed it right there. I'm not so mad. I mean, I'm not mad, period. This is why I'm recording. This is why I'm trading on the demo is to learn and whatnot. But that was the market telling me, hey, we're going higher, and I didn't want to listen to it. I also have the sections sped up where I'm not really talking, because what I'm interested in is my thought process. Today is definitely a day to stay out. Faux show. Spoiler alert, I end up opening another short position after we take Monday's high. Why? I don't know. I wanted to win. For sure. I just wanted to see how, and I could be to attack set. And just because we're here, I got in around this area. And again, I think I knew this because where I did. A little weird for Euro to take the highs today. I don't know why I was thinking that. Weird that Euro took the highs. Does it matter? All right, that. Right here. Maybe. That. You gonna stop me out? Yeah, you're gonna get stopped out. It's a random high. Yeah, there it goes. So why did I re-enter after this? What was my thought process there? This is why I'm happy I'm recording, because sometimes I just do things and I can't exactly remember the headspace that I was in when I did those things. Maybe I'm onto something. Mm-hmm. I've had 2 cups. When it consolidates, the levels are much different. I really wanted a short right there. Am I thinking that's a rejection block? Look, it spent no. I obviously have no idea what a rejection block is. So, no rejection blocks. Trying to trade rejection blocks. Absolutely not. Just ran right through and it continued higher. It almost got to, I was looking for 107.78. No, I was looking for 107.8 on Tuesday. Do we ever get to 107.8? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did. Eventually. not only did I re-enter the market when the market's obviously running against me, but I used my max leverage that I want to use. It's a 22,000 size account. 2 lots is the highest that I want to go for a trade. The market is already running against me. I've already been stopped out. I re-enter with 2 lots. So that's 3 mistakes on Wednesday's trading. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Wednesday was just pure emotion. Had nothing to do with TA at all. Why do you care about the take profit right now? That is so freaking annoying. He wants it. Probably does. I can remember that feeling too. Where it's like, yeah, I'm wrong. But I'm holding on for dear life. So that's a consistent pattern, and that's a consistent pattern in my trading here as well. I know I'm wrong, and I still trying to get in, or I'm still holding on thinking that that's what's going to be my saving grace. I'm iron hands, not diamond hands. Come on, Andrew. It sounds like I'm beating myself up here. That wasn't good, but that's why I'm recording this. I need to see what I'm doing wrong. Okay, CPI freaking handed my ass to me. Upon opening, wicked through the sell side liquidity and started running north. What was my... This is going to distract me. What was my higher time frame objective for CPI? Would have been that high. We didn't even get anywhere near that. I shouldn't have had a higher time frame objective. So bear that in mind. Likely shouldn't have been in. Let's see what I say. 23 minutes. There it is. Boom. Going straight down. All right, so we knocked out some lows. See what it's doing on dollar. Filled in the fair value gap. Now it's coming back up into that liquidity void opening of the day. Drop down on a 15-minute. I think I'm drawing too much as well. I have a lot of drawings here. And so my eyes are drawn to every level on the chart. And I think that's distracting. I was expecting a little more movement this morning. If I was expecting more movement, why did I engage? So I think that is definitely the common theme, where things are not lining up with what I'm demanding of the market for me to enter, and I still enter. While I was technically right that price was going to continue moving up, my lower objective or my entries weren't right. And I was trying to get in quick. I was trying to get in as soon as possible. I got in once here and closed really early because I got scared. Then I got in again and got stopped out. Not too upset about that. Good thing I got stopped out, because where did I get stopped out? Good. I had my stop loss at a good spot. Okay. I think my idea was that low wouldn't have been taken. I'm not going to watch the rest of that video because it's not necessary. But essentially, price came down. It just was not letting anyone get long during this time. And it wasn't until just about 10 o'clock that I think the macro started to kick in. I mean, I don't know. I'm literally talking out of my ass right here. But my thinking is this movement here isn't algorithmic necessarily. This is a lot cleaner. This is clean. This is a order block. So let me just shut up right there. I think the point or the lesson here is CPI and FOMC. It's better to just stay out entirely because I get it wrong. I definitely got it wrong. There was a lot of volatility. There wasn't super clean movement that I wanted. And what I was demanding of the market the entire week was not delivering. So, and then one more session. This is where I cover everything. All my losses this week was covered under this one trade. And here, I didn't chart it up, but there you are. Gorgeous. This day, I demanded qualifications. I demanded if this happens, if X happens, Y will happen, which is how I should do my trading every day. I was getting emotional here because I wasn't getting in, and I thought I wasn't going to get in, and I was really upset about that. And I shouldn't be. I should let the market either provide me an entry or not, period. You're a pip away. Let's go. Come on. Come on, buddy. In. We are in. All right. I'm really proud of that entry. That was a really good entry. And then now I'll be looking to see if there's a re-entry on the 5 minute. That was perfect. That was absolutely gorgeous. I can still tell the trading is very emotional here. Even though the concept was right and the trade idea was correct and I did everything that I wanted to do, I can still feel my emotions were a lot higher than I want them to be. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting excited or proud, but I don't want to be super emotional in my trading because that's what's been consistent with my losses this entire week. So you gotta take note of that. that was a really beautiful trade there. I think that's safe. I think it is. At this point, that's safe. Definitely safe. I still moved it up. That's okay. I don't know why I was so nervous about my stop loss. I had a straight week of losses and just getting scared, getting skittish. Yeah. I'll sell another 100 here in a second. I'm gonna be waiting for dollar to hit its order block. If it gets to it. Doesn't have to. Okay, I'm happy with that as well. My idea was if dollar came back down to its last down close candle, that I would have bought it slash to translate sell on euro. So I was allowing euro to move all the way back up, potentially into that fair value gap before I re-entered, just by watching dollar, and dollar didn't do it, so I didn't re-enter. So I'm happy about that. Get in. I have to take partials. I don't want to take partials, but I have to take partials. I don't want to take partials, but I have to take partials. Thank God I took partials, and we'll see why. 7 partials points. Now I'm hoping on dollar 102.518 that hourly fair value gap holds support. For a second, I didn't understand what I said, but now I remember that this is the hourly fair value gap. So my idea was once we get into it, the discount end of that fair value gap, which is a SIBI, would hold support to get price to move higher. And I was looking for that yellow line as part of the weekly. I think that was a weekly fair value gap as well. That's what I was aiming for. Obviously, we didn't get it, but still, let's watch. Some more here. So even though we passed through it a little bit, we were about midway point of that fair value gap, and we were on the discount end of the hourly fair value gap. I didn't think we would punch too much lower than that level / spend much time below it, which I don't think we do. I don't think we should go above where our quote unquote entry is at. I think we should go above here. I think this would be a breaker. But I want to start seeing smooth movement down to 107.850 to take first partials. That's what I'm hoping for. Man, it feels so much faster when you're in the trade than when you're rewatching it. I find it interesting that it was just hanging at that low. Like it was just chilling for a minute. I'm just waiting for to take that low so I can take my first partial. Okay. Now here, another right there. That's when I knew. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. That's when I had an idea that, okay, maybe we're not going all the way down to 107,520. Not been way wrong. In which case I'll close the position here in a second. I think we'll get back down to that order block. Thank God I didn't wait. I was going to wait for that, but price was pushing against me. Just close it. You're not going to get much lower. Yeah. I was hoping for more money. That's what I was. That's the only reason why I didn't close it right away. I was just hoping for more money. I want to take my profits. Yeah. Not too upset about that. So that could have worked out better. I could have anticipated better movement. What I was not anticipating from that was this fair value gap being filled in. I thought this was going to be left open. And I thought we were going to run straight for this low. But that's exactly what happened. Ran right up to that fair value gap. So I could have, this could have been a trade idea in and of itself, where we run the buy side, I'm sorry, we run the sell side. We hit that 15-minute order block, because that's what that is. I didn't even notate that. Wasn't even notated. And I could have saw that as a turtle soup buy, but the only problem with that, I wouldn't have known where to put my stop. I guess below that body. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken that. So once I saw that reaction, I could have bought that. Order block slash. I like to see this as a mitigation, but that's besides the point. All right, so that was the week. We covered our losses, which is good. Made some mistakes. Jesus, that's oof. Oof. that's a lot of arrows. For this week, I want to see these levels get reached too. But I would love to also see us get inside that daily fair value gap with this breaker. Would love to see that. Zoom out a little bit. That's a order block, so that's nice. Yeah, I can definitely see this getting into there, pulled down. That would be a large week. So these are my key levels for the week on Euro. But I'm also not 100% certain I'm going to trade Euro this week. And the reason is because the yen has been moving gorgeously. I already have this marked up. I want to see the yen continue into 126, 364, 126 whole figure. I want to get it inside that weekly fair value gap. I'm not really sure what it's going to do at the beginning of the week. There are technically some upside gaps that we can fill in. We could fill in this fair value gap. We could run into this level here, which is that a weekly? What is? Yeah, it's a weekly. Let me annotate that so I don't forget. Okay, and let me put that in red as well because there's a lot of stuff going on in there. So I'm not too certain what I'm going to trade next week, or this week, I should say. First thing in the morning tomorrow, I'll analyze both yen and euro, but I am going to need to demand clean price action for tomorrow because it's a bank holiday for the U.S., Martin Luther King Day. So it could be an inside day. It doesn't have to do much. Tuesday, I definitely want to trade. Well, let me take a look at the calendar while I'm on here. Yeah, bank holiday. Tuesday, we have CAD news. And we have USD news at 8:30. So I definitely want to be on the charts Tuesday morning. Wednesday, we have PPI. Yeah, I'll trade PPI. And then it's kind of light for the rest of the week. So Tuesday and Wednesday are probably going to be hot. And we'll see what happens. I'm not trying to make any predictions here, but going to be looking for continuations lower on yen, continuations higher on euro. Euro may get cleaner. It might get cleaned up, and I hope it does. I really hope it does. But we'll wait to see what happens first thing tomorrow. So if anyone's watching, thank you. And get to your notes, get to your studying. Yeah. So happy trading.